Fallon was about 7 years old when we first noticed a tic. She had this odd neck movement. Around 16, Fallon started having more tics.
She would have odd noises or squeaks.
Oof. Once COVID hit, tics were coming a lot faster and more aggressively.
I could hear her from the other room, either tapping or screeching, or she would just yell out a random word.
Yeah! You fat slob!
By the time we got her into the doctor, there were multiple movements. An arm flail followed by a neck, followed by kicking herself.
Fallon had a combination of Tourette's and OCD. Tourette's causes Fallon to do uncontrollable things, even simple things. Eating a sandwich, she eats half the sandwich, wears part of the sandwich, and throws part of the sandwich.
You're done. You're done.
Coffee mugs. She would bang this off your head 3 times. But if it broke the second one, she would still hit you with the broken one the 3rd time.
There was a knife that one of the kids had left out, and I came down the stairs and saw her doing one of these, and she had to do it 3 times.
She can't have this. She can't even have this. I don't want to have her hit herself in the throat, but even more too, I also don't want to be stabbed in the neck. Cutting boards, the wood one, we don't leave that out either, because you don't want her to, she'll pick it up and bang it on her head like a lunch tray.
It's no different than the safety you'd have for a toddler.
The hardest part about Tourette's is when we go out in public, people will be like, you gotta be kidding me, what's wrong with you, are you on drugs?
Around November of last year, Fallon decided to do TikTok so that the world could better understand the life that she's living.
My body's obviously, been ticking all day.
There's 3 million people following her on TikTok that want to hear her story. But once the camera does stop rolling, she's still in my living room, struggling with it every day.
My name is...
You're done! You're done! Mm-hmm.
My name is Fallon. I suffer with Tourette syndrome.
Yeah!
I started showing myself on TikTok having Tourette's because other people were making me feel ashamed of who I was. When I went to go see my first neurologist, I was doing everything from hitting my foot off my head to throwing things to kicking. He pointed at me when my mom was crying and he goes, look at her. She can't work. Oof. She can't drive. She can't go to school. She can't do anything. It was very disheartening and heartbreaking. Even though my doctor said that to me, I got a job. It was really stressful. I actually had someone come in the store and refuse service from me because they didn't want to catch my condition. I actually had a mental breakdown at work one day because no one else is helping me, no one's sticking up for me. I'm just left up here with hundreds of people who just are making fun of me. Then I was in a store one day and a girl took videos of me. I left the store that day in tears and I was like, where are those videos going?
Yeah.
I decided it was time for me to take my power back and not let people take advantage of who I am. This is a disability, and it's not a joke. People have accused me of faking Tourette's, but I've never heard one person say they want to live this way. I'm 19 years old, and I can't go to concerts. I wasn't able to go to my senior prom. I can't go out to dinner. I can't drive, but I have an amazing boyfriend. I'm living with my best friend next year. I'm in college and I still plan on becoming a nurse. Just because I have Tourette's does not mean that I have to be trapped and kept away from society. Oof.
Well, Fallon, it's good to meet you.
It's good to meet you too. Hi.
So,
You're bald.
How do you feel about being here today?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to show people how I live and that it's real. I live like this every day. You. And then I'm here to spread awareness about what I deal with.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited.
What made the decision, what helped you make the decision to go public with what you live with every day?
I was tired of hiding who I was. It's time to show people the real me, who I am.
Yeah. Do you still worry when you go out in public, like now, for example, that people judge you?
Yeah.
What do you think people think?
That I'm crazy.
Yeah. Are you?
No. No.
Has anybody ever,
Sometimes.
has anybody ever asked you that straight up?
They've told me before that you'd be a lot prettier if you weren't crazy. Oof, you're bald. Sorry.
But you say I'm bald?
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that last week, actually.
She tells me every day.
Yeah, you're bald, you're bald, you're bald, you're bald. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. What is the most empowering thing about being on the internet and putting this out there for people to see? What's the most empowering thing about that?
The comments I get, how much help it's reached other people. I get comments from people that are like, if I have my son or daughter come home with their boyfriend or girlfriend, how would I act towards them? And I explain to them how they would act, just pretend like it's not there.
Our family, we have 6 children. Even though the kids are all very accepting of Baylin's situation,
Sometimes a little frustrated when she
Hair pull.
pulls the hair.
there's like almost some disability jealousy, so that makes me very sad.
Everything is like mission Baylin, like we've got to get this girl right.
But right now, she needs us the most.
Baylin, one of the things that I've noticed, and I see it in your videos, you know I follow you, and I have been for a long time.
Yeah.
She calls her mom, is like, I think this is a fraud. We're gonna do a virtual and we'll see. She's like, sit next to me and we'll see if it's real.
No, well, I shared with Robin, and this is my wife, Robin, right here, sitting there.
Hi.
And I came in, I told you, I said, I think this is one of the most courageous young women I've seen. I was humbled by your courage and what you were doing. And I so fight the stigma of these things. And I thought, my God, I'm humbled by what she's doing. And I was just so proud of what you were doing and am proud of what you're doing. And I asked him to contact you, but I followed you for a while and then asked him to contact you to see if you would come and share. And I love the fact that and I know it's not always this way, but I love the fact that you do have a sense of humor about some of this with yourself sometimes, and which really helps. It's got to, right?
It does have to help because I have to live with this for a long time. There's no if, and, or but if it'll go away or if it'll dissipate. It's just I have to live the way I live, and I want to enjoy the way I live because it's my life and I get one life.
There are difficult tasks for Baylin, like
You're done.
brushing
done.
your teeth and hair can be difficult, right?
Yeah, recently my mom has had to help me with brushing my hair.
Yeah.
Right now I can get myself dressed, so that's a bonus. I can go to the bathroom by myself, but putting on my shoes is very difficult.
Using knives, plates, glasses, that's just not something you should be doing, right?
No.
Because with the OCD, you have to do things in threes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you pound a mug, like you were saying, and it breaks the first time, if you hit yourself in the head with a mug and it breaks the first time, you're going to hit yourself with a jagged mug the next 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
Bad idea.
Yeah.
How is putting on makeup?
I don't like doing it. It's very difficult.
Well, here's a clip that Baylin shared of putting on her makeup.
So I am back. I am feeling a lot better. So I figured I would do a video showing you how I do my makeup. I'm just going to casually that's also a new tip, just wanted to point that out. You're done. You're done. Wind up.
On a day like that, how long does it take you?
Maybe 30 minutes.
But you get it done.
I get it done, yeah.
You want to be a nurse,
I do want to be a nurse.
okay? And do you think that's a possibility for you?
It's very hard for me to talk about because there is a possibility that I could, and there is a possibility that it gets too bad to the point where I can't be one. It's something that means a lot to me because I've grown up very, very sick. I have a lot of health issues, a lot of problems, and every time I went to the hospital or to a doctor's office, they've always done their best to make sure that I am comfortable, I am welcome, and I am happy where I am in my stay. And I want to do that for other people.
I started my career on Vine, and I was the first person to reach 1 billion loops.
Say Lily.
I transitioned from social media to music. People think that I have a perfect life. The public only sees what I want them to see. The truth is, I've been diagnosed with OCD, Tourette's, anxiety, and depression. My OCD has a lot to do with me repeating myself. Sorry, let me do it again. Sorry, again. Sorry, let me do it again, sorry. If it doesn't sound right, it's not perfect in my head, you ask again and again and again. You touch multiple things, multiple times.
One of the OCDs that I had was throwing the pencil. So I would throw the pencil and I have to grab it in a certain way, like this, and then didn't feel right, so I would do this, do it again, pick it up, didn't feel right.
There was one time, and I was in the shower, turning on and off the shower handle. I was in the shower around like 45 minutes. I have a huge obsession to go and find negative comments.
On a typical photo, I would get like, let's say 8,000 comments, and I would look through the comments until I found a negative comment. I read those comments again and again until it feels right.
That obviously makes you doubt yourself and not like yourself because you're obsessed with reading bad things about you. The OCD triggers the depression triggers the anxiety.
When I'm very anxious, I twitch a lot, like this.
Social media, I am very grateful because it's giving me the success that I have today, but honestly, is it worth how my mental health has turned out through the years? No.
If you had this to do all over again, if you went back to day one, if you knew then what you know now, would you do it?
I would have done it differently for sure. When I started, I was not taking my medication. I was not going to therapy. I'm gonna say I thought I was too cool, and I was like, I don't need that anymore. Went to LA, and my whole world went crashing down. Like depression came, my OCD got worse. When your OCD gets worse, when your depression gets worse, anxiety, then you become tired, and then my Tourette's came a little bit stronger. So I think that I would change that because I do love my life, right? But I did make a lot of mistakes due to the fact that I didn't put myself first when it came to mental health, and I was not stable. That has been so hard for me to recover all these years. So I think that just like focusing more on myself and not being so caught up with, oh my God, I'm famous, I'm rich, that is such a big mistake. Like mental health is first. For me, it doesn't define you. Like what you have doesn't define you. It makes you special. It's who you are. And that's something that Bailey, you've done. You made this super special. You made like something beautiful out of this. And that's the best thing you can do, you know? And I'm very proud of you for that.
You know, that's so important for you to talk about. And, you know, that's Robin's message that she's been beating the drum on for decades. No matter what else happens, take care of yourself first, because you can't give away what you don't have. If you don't take care of yourself, you're going to wind up emotionally bankrupt.
Yes.
And then you've got nothing to give to yourself, to those you love, to anybody. And your point is, don't feel selfish about it, right?
That's right. You can't feel guilty about taking care of yourself because you're doing it for a reason, for a purpose, for your own well-being, for your life, so you live longer, so you can take care of others, so you can take care of those you love.
The last year, I've been more off social media, and people have noticed, where is she? You're not posting as much, and I've been the happiest.
Your message is great, and that is you would do it different. You would have taken care of yourself. You would have focused on your mental health. And Baylin's message is saying, I'm not going to hide with this. I'm going to own it and put it out there. And don't you guys think both are really giving a great message? So I thank you both, and I can't thank you enough for your message, and Baylin for yours. And I hope you follow these folks and you heed the message, because it's so important. You've inspired millions of people, and don't hope that those haters are right, because they're not. To all of you here at home, in the audience, in the virtual audience, don't feed the haters, just ignore them. They'll go find somebody else. It's like poking the bear with a stick. They want a reaction. When they don't get one, they go on.
I suffer with Tourette syndrome.
People have accused you of faking this.
It's real. I live like this every day.
Have you had any second thoughts about going public?
It's time to show people the real me.
New Dr. Phil. Check your local listings.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.